Previously, when Callia arrived at the cliff to see the beautiful coastline, Archmage Derek followed her, mistaking Callia for the Lord's daughter due to her changed appearance. And when he tried to propose to her by offering a pink rose, Shyman entered the scene and burned the rose before Callia could accept it. Shyman then romantically embraced her, asking if she liked it when someone flirted with her. He then teased her, mentioning how the last time they were intimate, she made fun of his stamina. Yet this time, he warned that she would regret it, as he had practiced so much that he wouldn't sleep at all the next time they were intimate. Later in the evening, while Callia was spending quality time with her baby Shasha, suddenly, Shasha communicated with Callia through telepathy, expressing that he wanted to learn magic from his father, Shyman. Shocked, Callia tried to ask how he could speak, but before she could do so, Shyman barged into the room, complaining that he hadn't been able to meet Shasha. And as he came closer, he delivered a dazzling smile, causing Callia to embarrassingly ask him to stop that grin. So, let's dive into the chapters 61, 62, and 63 of the manhwa, The Baby Isn't Yours. Observing Callia's reaction, Shyman asks why she is making such an embarrassed face. To this, she responds that something just tickles her all of a sudden. Approaching, Shyman caresses Callia's chin, asking if he did something wrong or if his presence is making her uncomfortable. Hearing this, she touches his face, clarifying that his presence will never discomfort her. Sensing her warm touch, he questions then why she is running away from him these days. After a brief silence, Callia inquires since when he has loved her. With a smile, Shyman conveys that he has loved her for a long time and to the extent that she would be surprised. Hearing his declaration, she reflects that if she were in his place, she would have expressed it without hesitation. Interrupting, he mentions that he has confessed his feelings many times to her. Then what's her answer? Blushing heavily, she abruptly states that when he smiles or grins, she feels a little strange. Besides, she feels a tickle right inside her heart when he does that. Amid their romantic talk, Alan arrives outside the room, seeking permission to come inside. And as Alan enters the room, Shyman gets pissed, wondering why this man always interrupts his business. Nervous, Alan apologizes for interrupting them, as he didn't know Shyman was here. And he explains that he is here because it's time for Shasha to eat, so he brought some milk. Moving away from the gloomy Shyman, Callia expresses that she will feed Shasha the milk. Alan protests, mentioning that now he is here, he will feed him. To this, she insists she will do it, explaining that Alan will get too used to it if he often does it. Clearing his throat, Shyman asks if he can feed the milk to Shasha this time. Shocked, Callia allows him, suggesting him to be careful, as babies are so small that his careless touch could hurt Shasha. Approaching the cradle, Shyman conveys that he is not strong enough to break a chair with one hand. After this, Shyman carries Shasha in his arms and feeds him the milk with care. With a satisfied expression, he refers to Shasha as his child, encouraging him to drink to his heart's content. Astonished by Shyman's capability, Callia asks if it isn't his first time. To this, he reveals that he actually learned it from Nanny Latarka and Gallus yesterday. Witnessing the parent-like bond between Callia and Shyman, Alan becomes delighted. A few hours later, Callia and Shyman are seen walking together, discussing matters about a meeting with King Louis through a communication portal in the living room. Amid their talk, she persistently gazes at him, reflecting on how much Shasha resembles him in every regard. And the more she ponders it, the more surprising it becomes for her. Observing her strange gaze, Shyman delivers a dazzling smile and asks what she is thinking. With flushed cheeks, Callia wonders how he can speak with such a sweet expression. Suddenly, she asks if seeing kids close to him doesn't make him sick anymore. And doesn't he remember how his expression would always turn sour at the sight of kids? To this, Shyman declares that when there are babies at whom Callia stares with fascination, then how could he hate those babies? Moreover, he loves her so much that he can't bear to see the woman he loves feel empty seeing what she couldn't. Callia affirms his statement, mentioning that she herself thought she wouldn't be able to have kids, as most knights in the army are infertile. Smiling, he asks why it feels like a miracle that Shasha was born. And after all this hassle, Callia and Shasha are like light and a blessing to him. Touched, Callia wonders since when he has been looking at her like this. Plus, why she hasn't known until now that his heart was much bigger and deeper than she thought. Instantly, Shyman touches her cheek, reminding her that King Louis will be excited to meet them, so they must meet him soon. And as he steps further, Callia places her hand on her heart, reflecting that she thinks she will go crazy if this feeling is not accepted. Later, upon arriving in the communication room, Callia greets King Louis and asks how he has been after 10 months. Springing up, Louis congratulates Shyman for finding Callia at last. Hearing this, Shyman teases Callia, mentioning that she was hiding at the end of the empire. However, he is still able to find her, even if it took him a little longer. Becoming serious, Shyman asks Louis if everything is going all right in the capital. To this, Louis informs them that things are a little complicated in many ways these days. Therefore, he needs them to come to the capital, and he will send them the details. Listening to Louis's requests, Shyman sadly reflects if Louis is saying it like that, the situation must be serious. But now he has his son Shasha, and if he makes a hasty move and his son gets in trouble, he won't forgive himself. Therefore, he feels he must decline as king this time. Suddenly, Callia put her hand on his, assuring that it is okay, as she will prepare Shasha to come to the capital in a month. Hearing this, Louis allows them to come back in a month, as it would be better for them. Seeing Louis so calm, Callia asks if he isn't surprised to see her, to which Louis responds that it feels like he might have a heart attack. However, he will endure this pain a little longer since he is going to see her in a month. After the meeting, Shyman inquires if Callia is really okay with going back like this, to which she declares that she will go back as she believes the capital really needs their help. Besides, she thinks the capital must be a safer place for Shasha's safety. Interrupting her, Shyman suggests that they could also consider going to her home place, the fairy forest. Upon this, she asks if he expects her to abandon their king and run away, thinking only about her child. And if he thinks that way, she has to remind him that there is no way she could do that, nor could he. Satisfied with her answer, he states what does it matter where they go, as long as they are together. Because no matter what, he will protect her and Shasha in every situation. So, she can do what she wants, and can go wherever she wants. Sensing his kiss, she wonders why he likes these scar-ridden hands of hers. And why does he treat her so carefully like this? Suddenly, Callia grabs Shyman's hand and declares that from now on, she will also protect him. Upon hearing her declaration and seeing her determination, he gets embarrassed right away. Seeing his flushed face, she delivers a smile, reflecting that he looks so cute. She then wonders how he would react if she kissed him on his cheek. After this, Callia arrives at the door, suggesting Shyman to let's go and meet Shasha. Later in the evening, Callia comes out into the field for sword training. Sweating heavily, she exclaims that it feels nice to practice after a long time. Instantly, she recalls Shyman's earlier behavior, muttering that his face looked cuter earlier. However, she gets alert immediately upon seeing a celestial gate in the sky. And the person who steps out of it is none other than Ganini, Callia's uncle. Approaching, Ganini asks why she is so wet, and as he covers her with his cloak, he states she might catch a cold. Springing up, she asks him to remove his cloak, as her sweat will smell. Hearing this, Ganini summons his water spirit, commanding it to remove the sweat from Callia's body. Shocked, she asks what the spirit has done to her body, as it smells so nice. To this, he explains that it is a small magic to remove sweat from the body. And whenever she wants, he can teach her the fairy language. With a reluctant smile, she says she is not worthy of that, as she is only a half fairy. Hearing this, he gently strokes her head, saying she shouldn't speak like that because what matters is the blood that flows inside her. Suddenly, Callia gazes at the baby stroller behind him, asking why he brought that. To this, Ganini explains that he made this baby stroller himself for Shasha, and Callia can lay Shasha in it and take him with her wherever she wants. Riding the stroller here and there, she exclaims that this is really good. Amid this, she finds some gift boxes in the lower compartment of the stroller. Ganini informs her that her Aunt Hoa and Uncle Phyrus has sent these gifts for Shasha. He mentions that the doll has a magical attachment, so it can dance on its own. Plus, Callia can fit a picnic bag underneath, and if she wants, she can even seat the baby. With mesmerized eyes, he asks if she likes her uncle's and aunt's gifts. Touched, she reflects that Shyman also asked this when he made the cradle toy. After this, Callia embraces Ganini with a smile, expressing her gratitude for the beautiful gift. After spending quality time with his niece, Ganini states that he must go now. He also informs her that she won't see her grandfather Kelksasia for a while, hence he and Phyrisa will take turns coming to meet her. Moreover, her other uncles, Togan and Nu, are also going to meet her in a few days. Concerned, Callia asks if her grandfather has gone far away. To this, Ganini replies that it looks like he has some business to run, and neither he nor his brothers dare to read their father's mind. Instantly, Callia mentions that she has something to inform him, and that is, she will return to the capital in a month, as she needs to help one of her friends. Hearing this, Ganini reveals that the fairy forests are everywhere, so she can go to the capital. Plus, the 12 elders in the forest do not know of Callia's existence. But when his father returns soon, he will officially announce her as a member of the forest. And if in the future she doesn't want to live in the forest, she can live anywhere. However, Ganini hopes that the forest can now become another haven for Callia. Feeling blessed, she expresses that she would like to visit the forest anytime. Caressing her head, Ganini conveys that they will welcome her and Shasha at any time. Sensing his warmth, she gives a dazzling smile, stating that she will visit them soon. As we wrap up today's segment, thank you for being with us until the very end. I'll be sharing fresh videos of this manga and exciting new series every weekend. Your support is invaluable, so please subscribe and hit the notification bell to stay updated. Your encouragement keeps the channel thriving. and I appreciate it immensely. Until next time, take care and goodbye.